This holiday, we're going to try a favorite of mine, pecan pie. So here's basically all the ingredients I'm going to need, and I will try to walk you through step by step, nice and quick, so we can figure out how to do this. Okay, I got everything all set up. I'm going to start making my pecan pie. There's nothing I hate more than watching one of these videos and people just don't get right down to it. So next shot, we'll get cooking. Okay, I got everything all set up here. I'm going to start my pecan pie. I've actually already started preheating my oven. I've preheated it to 365. Sounds like kind of odd number, but you want to go anywhere between 350, 360. My oven's a little off. I suggest a oven thermometer so you can get it right where you need it to be. So we're going to start with a pie crust. I'm using the ready-made pie crust that we picked up. If you got time to make your own pie crust, if you want to make your own pie crust, go right ahead. I don't really care either way. Both taste fine to me. You want to leave these out for about 15-20 minutes once you take them out of the refrigerator so they're a little more pliable. That way you don't have any issues. I'm using a glass 9-inch pie pan, and we will put the pie crust right in pie pan. This is the easiest part, so you want to be take it nice and easy and get it rolled out. This is going to save you a ton of time when it comes down to making your pies, especially if you have limited time. I work, my wife works, we teach our son at home, so any little bit of time you can save by doing this is well worth it. You just lay it down into the pie pan and you're all set to go. Just make sure it fits in there all the way and you're good to go. So it should come out looking something like that. Then we're going to move forward to our ingredients. Let's go through the list of our ingredients. I have a cup and a quarter of coarsely chopped pecans. I chop my own. It's less expensive. They charge more to chop them. It takes 5 seconds, especially if you have a slap chop. I have a half cup semi chocolate chips. I tossed those in a little bit of flour so they kind of hold their shape a little bit inside the pie. I have a cup of lightly packed brown sugar. I have half a stick of butter, 3 eggs beaten. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of flour, 1 cup of corn syrup, and then I'm also going to be throwing in a tablespoon of bourbon. I'm using Four Roses single barrel today. That's one of my favorite sipping whiskeys, so figure it'd be good in the pie. And I have a little bit, like a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and I'll be throwing a dash of ground cinnamon in there as well. So let's get started. Okay, so we have our pie all set, our pie crust in there. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take that whole cup and a quarter of pecans and just dump that right in there. And I'm going to kind of just level it out a little bit. We use our hands here, they're clean. And that's just going to cover the base of the pie. Then on top of that, I'm going to shake out the chocolate chips. This kind of makes it a little more fun, I guess you could say. And again, we're just going to level that out so there's chocolate chips all across the base of the pie. And it will look something like this. So there you go. Okay, next I'm going to take my cup of light brown sugar, also lightly packed, and I'm going to add my half stick of butter to that. We are actually pretty cold in the house, so the butter is a little congealed there. So put that there. Remember, clean as you go. And then we're going to take our handy dandy electric mixer and just cream it together a little bit. Okay, once you get that all mixed and creamed together, you want to add the rest of your wet ingredients. So put that here for now. All nice and creamed together. So again, I'm going to put in my 3 eggs. I beat those beforehand. And then I'm going to put in my tablespoon of flour, my 1/4 tablespoon of salt, my 1 cup of corn syrup. Use your spatula to get that all out. Awesome.
Awesome.
I have an audience. And then I'm going to be putting in my tablespoon of bourbon and also my 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we are going to blend all this together again with our hand mixer. And we'll get that all combined. I forgot to add the cinnamon, so we're going to blend it up again with just, I don't like a lot of cinnamon, but I do like a little bit of the flavor, so I just throw a dash in there. I would probably call it like a 1/4 teaspoon, and we're just going to keep mixing this up again. Okay, and we're back. So I got all my wet ingredients mixed in the bowl, all combined really nice. I got my area all cleaned up. I have my pie crust with my pecans and my chocolate chips in them. I did a fancy rim around that. Basically all I do is just go along and pinch my fingers together to give it kind of a lip. I also have some whole pecans here to do a little decoration on the top. So this part's really simple. I'm just going to slowly pour this mixture around in the pie. Make sure I get everything in there, all nice and covered. And it should fill it right to the top. And then we'll put this in the sink. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of shake it a little bit to get all the bits and pieces moved around a little bit, some of the air bubbles up. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some whole pecans and decorate the top. So we're going to take a little break and do that. Okay, we are back. I've completely put the filling in the pie. Also, I've decorated the top with the pecans. I'll put a picture in here somewhere where you can see actually what the design is. The next thing I've made is a surround. Basically, this is going to protect the pie crust from burning, because we are going to put this in for about an hour. So basically, I just strung together some foil, and I'm going to wrap it around the outside of the crust so it will not burn. Okay, so we're all done. I've got the filling in. Again, I'll post the picture of the foil wrapped around the outside. I have my oven all set to go at 360. Again, mine is a little bit higher because my temperature in my oven varies a little bit. So I have a top oven. I'm going to place this in my oven with the foil on, nice and gently. Watch your hands and slide it back in to the center of the oven and close the door. And we will see you in an hour. And I got about 15 minutes left. I just took the foil off the crust. Okay, we're back. My pie is done. It's been an hour. I'm going to cancel my oven and let's take the pie out and see how we did. Got my mitts. Slowly bring it out. oven thermometer. And, well, it's a little darker on top than I probably would have wanted, but it's looking good. I've never used this top oven before to bake a pie, but it is looking absolutely wonderful. And I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and you make a pie. I'll post a picture of the finished product. I'm gonna let this cool on the counter, and then I'll transfer it into the fridge to get it nice and cool, and we will enjoy it on Thanksgiving. So from my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy.